crafting.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Dicing with Death. Sorry for the long break, but here we are. So, you are on the bow of the ship with Falstaff and Pringle. You're
And
also
Safi.
and
Don't
Safi.
forget
Don't forget
Safi.
Safi. You were talking to the ghost of Captain Oswald. Um,
And the ghost of his first mate, whatever her name was.
Mistress
Mistress.
Daphne.
There we go. Writing that
Not
down.
named after the Scooby-Doo character, because I totally wasn't watching Scooby-Doo the day before we made this character. Scooby-Doo's amazing, by the way, in a completely unrelated note.
Which
Shaggy and
Scooby
Scooby are
Doo are we talking
hilarious.
about here? Cartoon?
I haven't seen the live action.
Oh, that's shit. But like the original cartoon or
Scooby-Doo, Where
the
Are You?
remake?
Followed by We Got a Job for You, Scooby-Doo. And then after that is when Scrappy comes in and his weird uncle.
Fuck
And
Scrappy Doo.
then the show just kind of... But those first, 3 seasons of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? And, 2 seasons of I Got a Job for You, Scooby-Doo are fantastic.
So does that mean that the ghost is actually a douchebag wearing a mask?
No,
No,
this isn't
didn't inspire you
shenanigans.
that much.
No.
All right, so we're on the bow of the ship. The wizardess, the first mate, Daphne, just went below deck.
Mm-hmm.
Is the captain still with us?
The captain's still with you. Is there anything you have to say to him or to anyone?
I don't think so. I'm still sort of watching where the ship is going, trying to get my bearings, and
So
probably
if you don't
failing.
say anything immediately, one of the crewmen starts approaching the captain and clears his throat.
Is there a steering wheel?
Yes, it's at the back of the ship. You guys are currently at the front, and there is someone currently on the steering wheel.
Okay. All right. As the crewman approaches, I say, "You may speak."
He glares at you.
Crewman or the captain?
The crewman. And he says to Captain Oswald, Captain, that mystery woman of yours, she vanished Jimmy. Just vanished him right out of the air. Captain looks back at you and says, "What did you do to little Jimmy?"
I don't rightly know. But I suspect he'll be back.
She swiped at him, and then he just... his water bucket and all.
Jimmy, no!
The captain gives you a slow, evaluating look. Kind of expecting you to say something.
I assume he will be back. You are, after all.
Get another water bucket from downstairs. Have Timmy do the water. And he heads off, but not before throwing you another dirty look over his shoulder. Okay.
I rustled the Jimmy. Rustled him out of existence.
Yeah. Pringle comes up to you and whispers into your ear, I think that might have something to do with time displacement. After all, we're not supposed to be here. I don't know, but we're not supposed to be here.
This? Well, we are. I clutch the little spear necklace and look up at the sky.
You might have killed that poor boy.
He's been dead hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Or 100 years. I don't know how. How long ago did Captain Oswald live? I ask Pringle.
250 years ago, but he doesn't seem to know that he's dead, so we probably shouldn't say anything to him.
You ought to mind your own advice, calling him a ghost.
Well, that's what tipped me off. I'm sorry about that. He ducks his head and picks up Safi and goes over to the bow and starts chatting with her.
Okay. I was thrown off by his half-elven grandson. Great-grandson. But
Right, yeah, but a half
Winkle
elven
could
great
be,
grandson.
yeah,
Makes sense.
Winkle could be 100 years old, or maybe his father slash mother lived many years.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. Um, so, am I able to gather anything by looking at the stars, or the? Do we appear to be heading perpendicular to shore?
Yeah, you're headed out into the middle of the lake, it looks like. You can roughly find north, right? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, I don't have any navigation proficiency or
but
direction sense or
like
anything. Is
anyone can
there?
find the North Star. All you have to do is have it pointed out to you once, and then just like look at it. I don't know, once every few months, and you won't lose it.
Maybe. I mean, this
But
is
that
a
does kind of get rid of the direction sense proficiency, right?
yeah in
Yeah.
navigation, and this is like a dystopian medieval
Okay, so you
fairy
can't make
tale.
anything out of the stars,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, and this also isn't Earth in the Milky Way,
or is it?
or is it?
Dun dun dun.
Is there a North Star?
If
May
there
not be
is,
able
you
to
don't
find.
know about it.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay.
So I will head back to the aft castle or
Mhm.
aft step or whatever it is.
Mhm. You head,
Aft slightly raised section.
yes, aft castle. You head back. The fog is kind of covering the middle deck now, but the fore and aft castles, which are raised, are still above it. But when you're up there looking down, all the crewmen are slightly more obscured.
By the fog?
Hmm. Like the crewmen on the deck below you are slightly obscured by the fog. It's quite thick.
Chat's warning me about a mist dragon, I think.
Shh, who says anything but no?
I look back, forward. Like, is the fog surrounding us? Is it
Yeah,
like all over
it's
the
covering
lake,
the
or is it
lake. Hmm.
okay? So it's covering the lake. It doesn't seem to be originating from the ship.
Right.
Okay. Is the captain at the aft castle, or just the
He's
helmsman?
just the helmsman. He is hanging out with Falstaff and Pringle at the front.
Okay.
Is there anything in particular you would like to do?
I was going to ask the helmsman if we're headed south.
Aye, sir, we are.
To the center of the lake.
He nods. Little beyond the south.
Have you ever seen it?
Seen what?
The center of the lake.
But of course. Uh, have you?
Can't say that I have, but I'm also not sure you've seen it either. Well, never mind. And I walk away from him. No, I don't have anything particular I want to do, so I'll probably hang out up on the deck
Okay.
until something happens. I mean, let me know if that's more than well. So I've only been out for a few hours, but it turned dark on me magically, so I'm a little confused.
Yeah, it should be roughly 9 or 10 a.m. right now.
Yeah, so I'm hanging out on the deck.
Okay. Um,
I don't know that Verissa has many hobbies.
what's
I do have a rope use proficiency.
how
There are
many
probably
times
ropes.
do you have been out on the water before?
Probably never on a ship this size. I mean, I grew up in Hamlet on the
Mhm.
shores of Shimmerstone Lake, so I'm probably pretty accustomed to little rowboats and dinghies, but there's
Okay.
not much in the way of ships of this size.
Okay. Um, so you've never been on a ship this size then, so you're not sure if this is unusual or not, but you're moving through the water really quickly. Like you've got a bunch of oarmen who are pulling hard, and they're
Hmm.
just like jetting you guys across the sea or across the
I
lake.
I probably assume that that's normal for this many oars. I don't think I've ever even seen a ship this big. I mean, so
Yeah.
it's probably like, wow, this is fast compared to those little 2 oar dinghies that I've been out in, but
Hmm.
probably don't think much of it.
Okay. Eventually, you reach a point where Mistress Daphne comes back on board. Um, and as she does so, she commands all the rowers to stop with a very soothing stop. The
Do
rowers kind
they?
of pull up their oars and pull them in, and the captain walks back to her. Uh, do you hang out on the aft castle?
Sure, I'm probably on the aft castle at this time.
Okay. They exchange some words and then join you back there with Pringle and Falstaff.
Okay.
And Mr. Daphne says, this is where it's calling. Something below us is calling us.
I look off the back of the ship.
Fog. You can't even see the water off the back.
I produce the map that I stole from the captain's quarters at some point in time
Hmm.
and unroll it.
My map, he says, perplexed and confused.
Say, are we here? And I point to
Did you?
the giant whirlpool in the center of the
Well, there's no
lake.
whirlpool.
There's something. There's like a whirligig marked on the map, right? Or what is it? What is in the center of the lake on the map? What's the symbol?
It's just I don't I don't remember. Was there
There's
a
some
symbol?
symbol. Yeah, there's a symbol in the center of the lake, and then an X on the north and south shores,
I think it's just a circle as marked here on this map.
as doodled on the map. All right, if you say so. I recall it being like a whirligig, but who knows?
He
Yeah.
looks at the map
So
and goes, did you put those marks there?"
I shake my head. They were there when I found it.
Hmm. What? He shuffles through some paper. He runs downstairs and comes back a few moments later with some more papers and holds up another map next to yours. His map looks like brand new. And
Mm-hmm.
it's clearly a very different map, penned by a different hand with a different set of cities in it. And he looks at it and looks at your map and goes, uh, I think we're probably somewhere around the middle of the lake. I don't know if we're quite where it is marked on that map. If I'm not mistaken, that X up there is our pirate cove. How did you mark this down? Did you create this map?
I give him a wink. This is so. What is on the south shore? I say, pointing to the other X.
That was my next question.
I fold the map up and put it back in my pocket.
Hmm.
Well, mistress, is it beneath the waves
She
that
nods.
which calls?
We need someone to go down and get it.
Any of you gents know how to swim? And I look at the men around me.
There's some confusion and perplexity.
I start unstrapping my splint mail.
Okay.
I strip down to my Under Armour. Lay my backpack on the ground, which is pretty much empty. Remove the water skins. So I'll have minimal clothes. My belt still on with a dagger in the belt.
Okay.
I guess I'll set my warhammer down. It would probably be pretty awkward to swim with a warhammer.
Okay.
Probably pretty ineffective in underwater combat. Does anyone say anything while I'm going through this? Or
Pringle watches you Falstat, I mean, not like
Creepy old
creepily
man.
watches. Falstat asks you if you're sure that you want to do this, and that he's sure he can find someone else that will do it. And the woman asks if he would like to join you as well.
If Falstaff would like to join me?
Mhm. She says, I can imbue you with the power to breathe water for a short time. If
What
you'd like to go by
sorcery?
yourself, we can arrange that, or for half the time underwater, you can both go.
I I look to Falstaff as I start unlacing my boots.
He shrugs and says, I don't know why we're even going down after this philosopher's stone.
I tuck my holy symbol in my shirt and I say, "Very well, I guess it's just me."
Okay. The Mistress Daphne starts tracing strange symbols in the air above you guys. She pulls out what looks to be like a short reed and starts to unravel it and starts, saying and whispering things. And at the very end of it, she goes to put her hand on your face. And as she does so, there's a pale green light kind of emanating from her hand that envelops you. And then as her hand actually like touches you, she disappears in a puff of smoke, or as if she was blown away, as if she was made of smoke and then blown away by a strong breeze, and just
Do I,
vanishes. Captain
do I
Oswald stares agape at, and draws his sword and goes, What did you do with Daphne?"
She's with Jimmy. Do I think the spell went off?
What do you think the
I
spell went off?
She didn't even tell me how long I had. Fuck. Um, is there some uh, tar on the ship within close range?
Tar?
Never mind. I
Pitch?
realize there's
Yeah.
material components for aid that I don't have.
Well, this is a ship. You can find pitch on it.
I need pitch and a strip of white cloth. It's fucking retarded. Are my clothes white?
I don't know. Are you wearing white clothes?
Probably.
All right,
I
they're
don't
white.
know. All right. I find some pitch, cut a
Okay.
small strip of white cloth from my Under Armour,
Mm-hmm.
and on the ends. So I guess I put the pitch on the ends, and I don't know if I make a loop, and I cast aid on myself before diving into the water. I'm not sure if I will be able to speak underwater.
Okay, you cast aid. What is the duration?
1 round, so 4 rounds. I guess I'll go ahead and roll the hit points just in case.
Mm-hmm.
And so I probably burned about 2 rounds of the fuck waste. I probably burned about 2 rounds of the underwater breathing dealing with this.
Okay.
Um, and I step off the aft castle to like the lowest section of the ship and dive in.
Okay.
I'll go foot first.
Foot first.
Nah, fuck it.
Okay,
YOLO.
it's
I
shallow
dive
rocks
in.
below you. You dive in and break your neck. Game over.
No, I take D6 points of falling damage per 10 feet.
Damn it. Mom always said if you dove, you'd die. Don't jump off the red rock now. It's too dangerous, kids. Anyway, you leap into the water and plunge into its icy depths. The lake is cold because it's all mountain runoff, and the further you go down in the water, the colder it gets. However, you are a level 3 adventurer, so these things mean nothing to you.
Can I see anything? Or it's pitch black under here?
Um, it is pitch black. Just about pitch black. You can see a little bit, but not very much.
Can I breathe?
Yeah, totally.
I start swimming straight down.
It's just okay.
I guess so. Yeah.
How far do you swim?
Half the duration of the spell. um, only as deep as I can hold my breath, I think. So at least let's start with like 3 minutes, and then I'm going to think about, or then I'm going to read about how long my character can hold their breath.
Okay. So you swim down for 3 minutes, which is, 3 minutes of constantly swimming downwards is quite a
Yeah,
distance.
my ears are probably popping.
Yeah.
And
How far could you swim in 3 minutes if you're swimming down?
in D&D rules, I think like way farther than is practical. Like I think I can swim at half my movement rate, can't I?
Okay, so that
I
means you
actually
can
have a
swim
swimming
60
proficiency.
yards per round.
Swimming. Uh, referring me to time and movement.
Fuck, I need to figure out how deep this lake is now.
Well, you can do that while I figure out all this stuff. Swimming. They are able to swim half their current land movement rate times 10 in yards, provided they are not wearing any metal armor, which I'm not. So I can swim 60 yards in a round.
Okay.
Just real quick, looking up the free diving records.
Damn it.
Oh, there's a sexy lady mermaid distracting me from my research.
Ooh. I can't.
So it looks like on the order of 100 meters sounds pretty impressive.
100 meters? What do you mean?
Yeah, probably less, but I'm a superhero.
So you could swim 100 meters in a round?
No, I can swim 60 yards in a round.
Right, so what?
100 meters is the farthest, is about the farthest
Oh,
people
okay.
can dive without, I don't know, blowing their ears up.
Okay.
But this is just for some realistic reference. So within 2 rounds, I'm like setting records, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So like, let me know if my ears start exploding. I don't know. Maybe, yeah.
I'm trying to figure out the depth of the lake. I just couldn't find the depth of Lake Kachuma, which is what I was going to base it off of. Even though it's probably deeper because it's a much bigger lake.
Probably very shallow right now.
Well, now, but I meant normally.
Can hold my breath for 1/3 my con.
Okay, a lot of these. By mean depth.
Men con checks. So.
Okay, so you start swimming down.
Yeah, so I will not swim further than 3 rounds without thinking. But if I swim after 2 rounds, like I said, I'm setting world records.
Right. So 60 times 3 is 180 meters. I'm sorry, yards that you swim.
Yes. Which is, like I said, shattering all freediving records.
Somewhere on.
But maybe I have magical ear resistant abilities or whatever along with the breathing.
Yeah. Somewhere along the way of your 3rd round, you're swimming downward. It's pitch black. It's freezing cold. Your bones are set to rustling and jimmying on their own. You're starting to regret this experience. It's very unpleasant. You're just kind of swimming downward and you think it's down, but in the darkness, it's kind of hard to tell if you're going down or sideways. Like, you're floating in water. It's easy to get very disoriented when there's a light that catches your eye. Something.
I sort of pause and float upright, and they're like, whatever I have to do to stay in the same height and look to the light.
There's a soft glow coming from something down below.
Directly beneath me or off to the side?
No. It is below you and way out towards. God, you have no idea what direction that is, but off to the side somewhere.
I swim towards the light.
Okay. You swim towards the light.
About how much farther is it?
Not too much farther, like another 20 yards.
Okay.
When you encounter a... Where are my dice? Hold on. As you approach the light, you see it is this long, glowing, spindly, streaky thingy.
I swim closer to inspect.
It appears to be an eel of sorts that is aglow.
What are the dimensions of it?
5 feet long. It's a big eel.
Is it moving?
Oh yeah, it's slowly swimming, just kind of like chilling.
I'll follow it for a round. Okay. So this is round 4.
We do the reaction table. How does it feel about you following it? What were you gonna say?
I was thinking about going for my knife, but now that you're going for the reaction table, I'm metagaming it and not going hostile. Roll your reaction with me.
I rolled my reaction with you going for your knife.
Curious or whatever. What? I'm not going for my.
Are you friendly, indifferent, threatening, or hostile?
I think indifferent.
Yeah, I don't think you could be friendly to an eel.
Yeah. And I don't think he's smart enough to see that I'm thinking about going for my knife.
No. So it just continues to kind of like cruise along the ocean, the lake.
Mm-hmm. I follow it for the minute. Does it seem to be going anywhere interesting?
Nope. It's all dark down here. You're swimming in pitch black. Nothing is interesting. What do you do?
I ignore the eel and swim down one more round. Am I able to swim deeper? Like this isn't...
You haven't found the bottom of the lake yet?
I know, but like physically, like my body's not, aside from the cold, am I...
You're physically capable of continuing deeper.
Are my ears like... I mean, I've swam in the lake as a kid.
Times,
Okay.
They're fine.
All right, I swim deeper. I mean, but there, I do appear to have some sort of magical protection over that. Like, because I went swimming as a kid, I'm sure my character's familiar with the feeling of your ears feeling like they're going to explode after you've swam down even 10 meters.
Yeah, they don't seem to be bothering you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I ignore the eel, swim deeper, try to do it at an angle to go back where I was originally from, but I'm probably all kinds of disoriented.
All kinds of disoriented. Okay. So as you start swimming down, and coming up from behind you is the eel. You don't even notice it until its pincers dig into your calf.
Fucking eel.
But the eel comes up from behind you and sinks its teeth into you. You just have 10 AC, don't you?
Yep. Plus back attack.
Plus back attack. The question is, does the eel get +1 to hit?
Why would it get +1 to hit?
I don't know.
Oh, because it's
hit dice, creature
eel
size.
with Thaco.
What's its Thaco, man?
You're the DM.
I'm looking up the Monstrous Manual eel.
I'm a responsible player who doesn't keep a Monstrous Manual handy.
I'm sure there's a Monstrous Manual right next to you.
It's on the other side of the room, still shelved. Thank you very much.
And is there any proof of this?
Is that one?
Oh, I'm not looking. Hold on. Oh,
You can't read it from here.
no, I can't. You're lying to me. That looks like a 5th edition player's handbook.
It is. It's right next to the 5th edition player's handbook.
Oh,
You've got a good eye.
it's the
It's
glasses.
literally right next to the 5th edition player's handbook.
Okay. This is a... Yeah, it does crit you. It crits you with a bite. Fucking D3s are a bitch. Give me a saving throw versus death.
If I die to the stupid fucking eel, that's a fail.
Uh-oh.
The eel critically bite my leg off. It should be like a small creature, right? Do you have stats for it in the monsters manual?
Yes.
Size.
So the eel bites you. The eel is size small.
Roll that d6.
Yeah, they don't actually have sizes, but I'm judging it to be a size small.
They don't have sizes in the
No,
monsters
because
manual?
it's for the fish table. It's just like one of these big ass like tables of crap, and there's no size column. This is a creature that eats you in your dreams. These are fishes.
But we ignore it because it has psionic powers, and those are way too fucking complicated.
Psionics are not worth it. But this guy doesn't have psionics.
The eel doesn't?
No, the dream eating this guy.
Really?
There's no psionics. I don't know.
Looks like it has psionics. How much damage did you say?
You take 4 points of damage from the critical bite to your heel.
And any debilitating injuries?
No, he rolled a 2 on his d6. So there's nothing.
Okay.
But you do need to roll initiative.
7.
Come on. Music. No?
I hope this water breathing lasts a long time.
There we go. All right. You rolled a 7.
Did I? Well, actually, my aid lasted 4 rounds. Did he ambush me the round that I ignored him, or was that the round after?
It was the round after.
So my aid expired, and then he ambushed me?
I don't know. I wasn't keeping track of your aid.
The DM. I mean, has it been 4 rounds or 5 rounds that I've been underwater?
On the 5th round is when you were bit.
So now it's round 6 that we just rolled initiative.
Yes. Okay. Actually, I need you to roll again because you tied with the eel. Yeah, he goes
8.
first. The eel swims.
You still get back attacks? Or was I able to turn around?
You were able to turn around. I mean, it was a surprise round and everything, but you're not like frozen in time and space. You can whirl around. The eel comes up to you and goes for a nice nip at your chest. 11 is a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god. D3 is the worst. You know what? I'm just gonna roll a D6 and divide by 2. And round down. Round up.
Can roll and roll 20.
2 points of damage.
I shout fucking eels to test. Do my words come out at all?
No.
Do I think I could utter a prayer?
You don't know. Do you think you can utter a prayer?
I have no idea. What is the penalty for being non-proficient as a priest?
-3 to hit.
Okay. All right. Is it my turn?
Yes, it is.
I draw my iron dagger. 10.
Just barely a miss. You whip your dagger through the water, and it whiffs. What are the penalties for fighting underwater?
There are some, but daggers are not penalized.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. We can look it up. But
what about the
daggers
armor
are the
class
exception.
penalties for being underwater? I mean, I don't think you can get your AC below 10.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's actually a rule, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't there time and movement? Swimming.
Oh, I think it's under combat, underwater combat.
Yeah.
No, or maybe it's in the DMG about unusual situations. I think it's actually a DMG area. Fighting underwater. God, I don't remember the last time we fought underwater. Look who has their rulebook.
I'm looking at the PHB. My DMG
Totally
is
not a monstrous manual.
my DMGs.
Yeah, see the 5e stuff stands out because it's got that bright orange
So
strip
that's
on top.
the big one is the starter set. Directly to the side of the starter set is the DMG. In between the DMG and the monstrous manual is the 5e player's handbook. You know what? I don't give a shit. You're a jerk.
I am. Alright, injury and death, special damage, healing,
Yeah.
character death, unusual combat situations,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not in the PHB.
aerial combat, mounted combat, siege combat, underwater combat. Okay.
Is the dagger magical, Neil?
Which dagger is this?
The only dagger I've had. The one that I described it as you described. Oh, it's a steel dagger, not an iron dagger. I found it on the pirate ship.
Right. You are unaware if it is magical or not.
But that 10 was still in this.
Yes. Light. Okay.
Thanks for
Light
trying, chat, but
issue.
Neil doesn't love me.
Good vision, combat. The greatest factor in fighting underwater is overcoming the resistance of the water. Thus, only thrust weapons can be used effectively except for those possessing magical items that enable free action. Thrown and hurled weapons are useless, of course. Being unaccustomed to the water resistance and changes in apparent weight, surface dwellers add 4 to their initiative totals in hand-to-hand combat. This does not apply to missile fire or spellcasting. Surface dwellers also suffer a -4 penalty to their attack rolls due to the slowness of their movements.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, you're
My
fucking
action for the
fighting
next
under-
round is to slit my throat and save the eel the trouble. I flee. So at the end of that round, where I whiff with the dagger, I withdraw.
Okay, you withdraw and head to the surface? Or what?
No. I stay facing, I don't know, I back away 30 yards and stay facing the eel.
Okay. The eel seems hostile. Roll me initiative as it comes after you on the next round.
Do I get a bonus to initiative for slitting my own throat?
+5 to initiative.
I roll a 12, not including the +5.
Right. Okay. The eel comes after you, swimming towards you. 10 AC is still a hit for 1 point of damage.
I'll make one desperate slash to show you how pitiful I am.
At -6, dude, you're not going to hit shit.
Yeah. I'm going to do the same thing again. Make a futile... This is worse than Fenric with his magic sword.
Oh.
Right. So I flail wildly and retreat again 60 feet. I guess I try to surface, but I try to stay facing the eel, and I'm probably not a proficient swimmer, but this is still somewhat unusual. So I flail backwards and diagonally 30 feet or so, 30 yards or so.
Yeah, so you're not making great progress. At this rate, it'll take you another 4 rounds to get out of the water. So you're taking a half move each turn.
Yeah.
Okay, initiative for the next round. You're getting the
Is the
impression
eel still
that
glowing?
The eel is still glowing. You're getting the impression that either the eel really, really has it out for you, or it's hungry, because it is chomping away. What was your initiative roll?
Hold on a sec. All right. 14. I'm casting a spell
Okay.
and getting it interrupted.
Eel goes first, comes to bite you, and nips at you hard for 2 points of damage.
What spell rules are we using? Is that just an auto whiff according to base rules?
No, I want you to give me a
You said how much
Constitution
damage?
check. 2. I want
23.
a con check.
23. Pass.
Oh, okay.
Presumably.
Yeah, I was going to do, it needs to be 10 plus the amount of damage taken, or 10 plus
Okay.
twice the amount of damage taken.
If it's twice, then I fail.
10 plus twice the amount, so 10 plus 4.
Oh.
14.
14? That's pretty easy. That's really easy.
Hmm.
It's up to you. I was.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how to make these con rules work. I guess a 20 plus the amount of damage taken would also work well. Because then you have to, like, for 1 point of damage, you'd have to make a con check. For, like, 5 points of damage, you'd have to make a much harder con check. I don't think... Maybe d20 plus 1 for every 2 points of damage you take.
I don't know. Think about it another time.
Yeah,
Either way, I pass.
you pass
Probably.
for now.
Can I get my verbal components off? Is like the intention of the prayer enough, or
What is the prayer that you are uttering?
does it matter? Cause fear.
So do the... Well, I mean, if it was something like command, then the words are
Well,
particularly
it's an
important.
eel that doesn't speak common, so it doesn't matter.
Right. Cause fear. It does have a verbal component.
Yeah.
Damn, I was hoping you wouldn't make me make this decision. With water breathing, can you cast spells?
And there may be something about it in the DMG.
Yeah, I'm opening it back up. Because I want to say yes. But my brain tells me no. Spells are also affected by underwater worlds. Not surprisingly, fire-based spells have no effect unless cast in an area free of free oxygen. Electric spells conduct their energy in surrounding water. Spells affecting forces of nature not normally found underwater. Call lightning has no effect. Doesn't say anything about casting spells underwater.
I don't know. My interpretation would be that my argument would be as a player, that it's more the intention of the verbal component. Like, as long as you intend to say it and are free to say it, it doesn't matter if it's.
But I mean, if you're gagged,
drive these foes from here versus blah, 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 blah.
But if someone has a hand over your mouth, are you still able to cast verbal components?
No.
How is
But
this different than a hand over your mouth?
I can still say the words. They're just that. In fact, my vocal cords probably vibrate similarly. They just are. They don't travel in the water.
Yeah, I don't think you can get
It's the same medium.
the pronunciation of your.
But Spellum
words
still
right.
hears. Okay.
Yeah.
You're calling it. You're
chant
calling
the
it.
words to-
Setting precedent.
You chant the words to cause fear in the eel, and it kind of comes out as bubbles and.
Does the spell disappear from my memory?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
And
All right.
we roll initiative.
So I continue to flee
Yes.
towards the surface. Actually, I'm probably moving even slow. I'm probably moving at 50. I'm probably moving at 15 yards around to withdraw and make attacks.
Right.
17.
Well, you can't actually take a withdraw action if you take an attack action.
Really?
Yeah, they're
You can't.
withdraw
not-
is its own physical action, I thought.
This is 2E, dude. Actions don't work like that. I don't know. Up to you. There's my initiative is 17.
Okay. The eel goes first. Comes up from underneath to bite you and bites the shit out of you. God, if you die to an eel, Ryan.
I'm going to be pretty salty about this. And this is a freshwater lake.
It's a freshwater eel. They exist. You take another crit and take 4 points of damage.
I dropped to 0.
To 0? Fuck.
0 exactly.
It
Good
has
game.
like +1 to hit. It does D3 points of damage. You can't get eaten by an eel.
RD. I fail my save versus death.
Are you sure you did your HP math right?
I don't know, but I've been deleting on my character sheet, so there's no way to tell. I was at 13 out of 16 when combat started. Aid expired by the time anything happened.
And you took 4, 4, 1, 2, 2 for damage, right? 4, 4, 1, 2. Have we had 5 rounds of combat?
I have no idea. 4, I think. This might be the 5th. I made 2, 3 whiffs plus a spell. Yeah, this is the 5th round. Plus its surprise round. It doesn't say anything about not being able to withdraw when you attack. It just says you move up to 1/3 your movement rate when you withdraw.
Okay.
All right, is that it?
Well, if you're at 0, you're not bleeding out.
But this aggressive eel just eats me alive.
It does want to eat you. And there's no one coming after you. Are you fucking dying here? No!
Hey, I made my arguments about the spells and about the shitty underwater combat rules.
Yeah, I think there's no way to... It would have to be like a Deus Ex moment to get you out. I'm not a big fan of God.
Why does the book talk about spells underwater if you can't cast spells underwater?
I mean, it only has that one like half paragraph on it, and I think if you are casting spells into water or underwater, if you have like an air bubble that you're standing in and then you cast spells into the water. What would have been the saving throw on the fear?
I mean, stick to your guns if you're going to say spells can't be cast underwater.
I don't think they can be cast underwater, but I'm going to read through this section again, see if I can't find more specific rules. I want to hack the shit out of this because I don't want Verissa to die here, but...
I mean, the time to hack would have been before the repeated, like, the nips where I'm getting, like, -4s on initiative and hit. I mean, I guess that's fighting underwater, apparently. Against... Saving throw... versus, it doesn't say, but presumably spell. But, I mean...
it doesn't matter, it would have passed its saving throw anyway. So even if the spell did go off, you still would have been nipped to death. Which sucks. Well, and there ends the story of Verissa in a really shitty way. I'm sorry, Verissa. I introduced a one-hit die eel because I thought, you know, something underwater for you to fight would have been nice. And
apparently not just like, underwater combat.
Swim down to the lake, get the thing, and come back. And then the 3rd level cleric died to the 1-hit die eel.
Well, it doesn't count as a third. I mean, a 3rd level cleric in terms of HP, but at fighting at -6 to hit with no spells, plus
no
4 to
armor.
initiative with AC 10.
Yeah. Wow. Underwater combat, man.
Now we can go to a break if you want. I'm gonna go check the DMG for these rules because I was totally.
Yeah, let's take a break.
Because I was totally at your mercy there.
We'll see if we can't find some rules to lawyer here, but we'll see you guys in a few minutes. Bye-bye.